Hi, my name is Mette Louise Berg. I'm an anthropologist and I'm a professor of diaspora and migration studies at the Social Research Institute at UCL, University College London. I'm the principal investigator on the Solidarities project, and my research is about migration, transnationalism and diasporas, urban diversity and the intersections between diversity and inequality. The case study I'll be leading on for the Solidarities project is about dispersal and deservingness in northeast England. Now, in all of our three case countries, that is Denmark, Sweden and the UK, asylum seekers and refugees are often placed in peripheral areas and small towns that are struggling to keep services open. This raises questions about the role of the local state in refugee settlement and integration. As newcomers are placed in separate housing areas and as local areas diversify, sometimes quite rapidly, austerity policies and the privatisation of services can create a sense of a zero-sum game. And so here, in those contexts, notions of deservingness as constituted through long-term belonging and residency can come into conflict with the positioning of new migrants. In the UK specifically, dispersal areas for destitute asylum seekers are primarily located outside of London and southeast England, where local authorities have agreed to participate in the scheme. Since 2006, contracts for accommodation have increasingly been given to for-profit companies. Now, despite the national framing of dispersal policy, it is differently interpreted in local areas, and this can make it fragmented and unstable with highly localized manifestations. Some scholars have argued that this creates geographies of exclusion, but others suggest that the dispersal policy can create intercultural encounters and understanding. Now, this case study will explore negotiations of deservingness in the context of dispersal in the Humber region of Yorkshire in northeast England. The starting point for the research will be the interactions of migrants and advocates around issues of housing access, and the case will follow migrants and advocates in their encounters with private housing providers, frontline service workers, and new and historic community members in the context of a newly diversifying region. And so here, frontline workers are responsible for policy agendas of integration and community cohesion in the context of a nationally contracted, privatised system of dispersal accommodation and increasingly limited resources. So, who is rendered deserving and how, in this context, will be the key question for this case study.